I mean, I hope you've really been enjoying our hashtag Coop Online 20 conference, owning the future. It's been a really stimulating morning. We've heard from Keir Starmer, Annalise Dodds, our new party chair, Jim McMahon, and so many other pieces besides. Right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about one of my favourite parts of Co-op Party Conference, which is the awards. We're going to run through some of the awards which we do each year, and we take a moment to recognise individual contribution, individual commitment and dedication to the cooperative party and cooperative movement. It's, as I say, my favourite piece of all of Co-op Party conferences. I think it's one of the most important times for ourselves just to say thanks. It's a fantastic opportunity to do so. Following the awards, we're going to have our quiz. We're going to have Ian Murray is going to be joining us alongside our fantastic colleague Emma Hoddenott as well. So I'll run through our awards, and then I'll be handing over to colleagues to take us through the afternoon with what Ian Murray tells me is his easiest quiz to date. He says that if you can't get 100% in this quiz, that you never will. So I'll leave it up to ourselves whether that's true or not, but we'll see. Look, just before I start running through the awards, I just wanted to take a moment just to note some of the other awards which have been handed out in the honours list actually today. David Hanson, a former Labour MP, but a absolute stalwart and remarkable leader in the work to better protect retail workers, has become a Sir today. A fantastic achievement, acknowledgement of David's work over many years, but also other co-operators involved today as well. Paul Birch from the Revolver Co-operative, a member of the Co-operative Party, being recognised for all of his work. I think it's only fitting as well that co-op colleagues have been recognised. Co-op colleagues did so much in feeding the nation over the last 6-7 months. Fantastic to see that themselves included as well. As I say, we've got some awards, we've got some opportunity to take a moment to recognise people. Often when we're together in that physical sense, we're able to pass them over, and we're able to really recognise them in the room. I hope that we'll be able to recreate some of that going through today. I hope, and equally, that next year we will have an opportunity to get together and to really give those physical hands of applause as well, rounds of applause as well. But our first recipient today, and I will be guided with my colleague Izzy Uzzarelli, who'll be flicking us through. Our first recipient today is Alan Michael. Alan is and needs very little introduction, but look, Alan has done nearly 2 decades on the Co-op Party NEC. He's left the NEC this year. What a remarkable shift Alan has put in for the cooperative movement and cooperative party. He's had an extensive career being a Labour and cooperative representative, whether it be a councillor in Cardiff and Penarth, being a Home Office minister, a Labour and cooperative minister in the Home Office over many years, and indeed the first person to be the first Minister of Wales as well. Alan's currently the Labour and Cooperative Police and Crime Commissioner in South Wales. And look, and as I say, he needs very little introduction, but Alan, over the years, not just in terms of his work in parliaments, in town halls, in all the ways and the rooms that he's represented the cooperative party, but he also leaves and has inspired us to have so many other police and crime commissioners coming online, hopefully next year after the elections in 2021, to be joined by an even greater cohort of cooperative representatives at that level of government as well. So Alan, I know that you're watching, and you know how much gratitude we all have for yourself, and indeed we know that you'll be continuing to be a fantastic representative for the cooperative party going forward. So thank you. Our second award for today goes to Sally Chicken as well. Sally, thank you very much. Obviously, Sally, you're president of the East of England Cooperative. The East of England Cooperative, one of the original founding members of the Cooperative Party. That link between the East of England Cooperative and the Cooperative Party has been maintained at its strength through people, Sally and people in and around around that part of the world. It's been a remarkable source of strength for the party over many years. You currently the president, you've been on the board for 10 years. I know, I've been down there. I know how embedded you are in the work of not just the society, but also the party as well. Sally and myself have been in touch over recent weeks in terms of Shotley Pier. Sally does so much to ensure community involvement and ownership at Shotley Pier, and I also know that Sally has been working to ensure that Chris Herries has a plaque on Shotley Pier. It's the most remarkable engraving that Sally has put together, a real source of pride for ourselves in the party, and huge thanks to you, Sally, over many years for the party and both the movement. A remarkable feat that you've achieved, and we just wanted to say thank you to you today. It's amazing to have such people to mark out, and the next person that we're able to say thank you to is Steve Alsop. Steve has been a stalwart of the Co-operative Party in the Southwest over many years. I understand that Steve started work in the co-op movement in a local co-op shop in the 1970s. You've been a councillor in Swindon as well, Steve, and I was speaking to Jo White at Co-operative Futures, which you chaired just yesterday. Steve, she was expressing just the amount of gratitude that she has and her colleagues in terms of the work that you've done with that organisation, leading on cooperative development right around the country. We are in debt to that work. Without cooperative development on the ground working, there won't be the new co-ops. This is the way in which we expand our movement, is the way in which we know that we can change the economy. Stephen, you've done so much in that space. You've been involved in the Mid-Counties Cooperative, another on the board there, Steve. And I know I saw you when I came up to the board, I think just before lockdown as well. You know, a great cooperative to be involved in, a great cooperative supporter of the Cooperative Party as well. I understand you still working away in terms of the National Members Council as well, a remarkable amount of cooperative endeavour that you've done over many years, Steve. And I just wanted this moment to say thank you to you, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Outside of those three people that we take in that moment to say thank you to, we do have the opportunity to also say thank you to a number of councillors who have been doing so much through COVID-19 pandemic and also through lockdown. The source of support that communities right around the country have felt from Labour and cooperative councillors has been remarkable. It's been one of the huge stories, if you like, from the Cooperative Party over the last 20 weeks, which is just the amount of support, effort, ingenuity and innovation that our cooperative councillors have managed to bring to their communities. And it's only fitting that we take this opportunity just to recognise some of that work. This is 4 of our councillors, but I know that there's many, many more. You're representative of what is one of the most important parts of the Cooperative Party. So the first person we wanted to say thank you to here is Joanna West. Joanna has already been part of our conference today, but is a cooperative councillor in Derby City Council and worked so hard with the Central England Cooperative, developing their community hub, working on within the membership council as well. Joanna, we had the opportunity to meet with yourself online on the branch that you're the secretary of in Derby as well through the lockdown. I know that you're working hard to make sure that the party is vibrant in your area as well. So thank you very much. You've been doing such a remarkable job providing a lifeline to some of the most vulnerable in your community. So thank you, Joanna. Turning to Councillor Jack Abbott. Jack is one of a small but hardy bunch of Labour and cooperative councillors there in Suffolk. Jack, we've been inspired by what you've been able to achieve from opposition, from a period of quite significant opposition in Suffolk as well, Jack. You've been able to persuade colleagues on the council from different political persuasions to take on our work in modern slavery, making sure that, that there's further signatories to our charter. It's such an important piece of our work, what we've done in modern slavery, Jack, and you've done a remarkable job there, not just in modern slavery, Jack, but as people may have seen in the party channels over the previous weeks and months, Jack has been able to persuade the Conservative Council there to take on our work in food justice. Making sure that there's local food justice champions in the council, in the cabinet, a remarkable shift, Jack. And it's only fitting that we have that opportunity to say thank you for what you've done for us through the pandemic. So thank you, Jack. Our next recipient is Councillor Eva Murray. There's Eva. Thank you, Izzy. A fantastic picture, Eva, and thank you. Eva is a cooperative councillor in Glasgow City Council. Last time I saw Eva, we were part of the world record a Burns Night Supper. I think I might have seen Ian Murray just after that one as well, actually. A remarkable event at Scotmid, but it was really good to see you at that event, Eva. Eva is the Deputy Leader of the Labour Group on Glasgow City Council and is also a former member of our Youth Committee as well. Eva has established a COVID-19 support hub in her ward, G13 and G14. The hub's helped over 500 families and individuals, providing essential groceries, money advice, mental health support, and prescription pickups. I've been blown away following you online, Eva. Just the dedication and day in, day out work that you've put in through what's been one of the most challenging times for your communities and indeed communities around the country is a remarkable thing. So thank you very much, Eva. Look forward to seeing you soon. Our next recipient is Kemi Akinola. Kemi, a remarkable cooperative councillor on Wandsworth Council, a deputy leader of the Labour group there, and vice chair of the local cooperative party as well. During lockdown, Kemi's been working at the Brixton People's Kitchen and Being Rich charity, a partnership which has helped deliver hot meals and food parcels to over 400 people a week across Lambeth and Wandsworth. I live in those communities myself, Kemi, and I can only say thank you. I can only be inspired by the work that you've done. It's a remarkable piece of endeavour, campaigning with that practical support which so many people need in our community. So thank you, Kemi, and I look forward to working with you in the future as well. So look, friends, we've gone through the opportunity just to take that moment, just to take that aside and really sort of shine a light on work over many years and work in the most challenging period that any of us have faced. It's the stories which keep ourselves and the Co-op Party staff inspired, motivated, and hungry for more as well. So thank you, one and all, and I really look forward to the next opportunities I'm able to see you, to congratulate you in person as well. So thank you for that. Thank you for the opportunity for me to run through those pieces just ahead of the quiz, which we'll now move towards. So I'm going to hand over towards Emma and Ian. I've got my pencil ready, so look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joe, and great to see those awards. It's not a Co-op Party conference without a quiz, and we've got a special one for you this afternoon. Really pleased that we're joined by the legendary lockdown quizmaster that is Ian Murray, MP. And in case you didn't know, he's also the MP for Edinburgh South and the Shadow Secretary of State for Scotland as well. Unfortunately, he's not a Co-op MP, but I understand he's going to try and convince us with this quiz over the next 2 hours that he should be. But it's great to have you here, Ian. Thank you for being a friend of the Co-op Party. And without further ado, I will hand over to you as the quizmaster.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Emma, and thank you to the Co-op for inviting me to do this. I've been a Member of Parliament for 10 years. I've slogged my guts out trying to fight this Conservative government over a whole host of issues, and I seem to be best known for my quizzes. But never mind, we live in hope that we might be able to do something about that at some time in the future. And congratulations to all the special award winners, Alan and Sally, Steve, Joanna, Jack and Kemi, but especially to Eva Murray, who fantastically, during the general election back in December, when we were all freezing, campaigning in our constituencies, it was very kind to send me a red knitted hat with "Make it a Murray Christmas" on the front. So us elected Murrays certainly stick together, and quite right as well. So let's get on with the quiz. Now, I'm at the hands of the technical wizardry of our team at the Co-op Party. So what I want them to do, if they can, we're going to do, I've prepared 4 or 5 rounds, depends on what time we've got, but we'll see if we can get through them as quickly as possible. But one of the picture rounds that we do is up to you to bring that up on your computer. So what they're going to do at the technical wizards, they're going to post a link to the picture round. All you need to do is either copy and paste that link into your browser, or indeed click on the link and it'll pop up in your browser. And it's a controversial one because I've used this before. So if anybody has done any of my lockdown quizzes, you might be at a slight advantage here. But if you haven't done them at all, you're going to find 10 traditional sweets. All I need to know is the 10 sweets. We'll come back to doing the answers to that at the very end of the picture round. So you get the whole of the quiz to look at those 10 sweets. Tell me what they are, and then we will give you 2 points per correct answer at the end of the quiz. Also, you're doing your own scoring, so all you need is one of these. This is called a pen, and one of these, a piece of paper. We don't supply them, I'm afraid. You've got to use your own, and you write the answers down. We will then go through each round with the answers, and then at the end of this, we'll see if we've got a winner. And Emma is going to tell us this very second the big prizes, the money can't buy prizes that we're playing for. So Emma, what's the money can't buy prizes we're playing for?
Absolutely. We're not doing this for fun, are we? There's some serious prizes to be won. So first off, we have a Co-op Party goodie bag, which will include some lovely items of merchandise, and that will be delivered to our winner. But also, thank you very much to our friends at Revolver Co-op. They are giving the winning team £40 of credit to spend on their products online. So thank you very much for that. You can try their fair trade coffee. And as we heard earlier, their MD, Paul Birch, has been recognised in the birthday honours for his work to fair trade as well. It also, for me to add that there is a 10% discount for everyone who's taking part in the quiz as well. So if you go to the Revolver Coffee website and you put the voucher code in Co-op Party 2020, you get 10% off your tea, coffee and hot chocolate as well. So being fair, there is something for everybody in this quiz.
Brilliant, Emma. So you've got 10% off with Co-op Party 2020. You've got £40 thanks to Paul Birch, and you've got a Co-op Party goodie bag. This is truly money can't buy stuff, or money couldn't afford to buy stuff potentially. So we've just ramped up with the prizes. We've ramped up the competition. No cheating. Stay off your Google. Stay off your Twitter. Stay off your search engines. It's all just a bit of fun. And round number 1, which is where we'll start, which is a traditional place to start a quiz. This round is called General Knowledge with a bit of co-op and a bit of politics. So if you're in the Co-op Party, you might be able to determine some of the answers here. If you're interested in politics, we've got some of that too, and we've got some general knowledge. I've got 8 questions in here, so you're going to have 8 answers, hopefully, and we'll start with question number 1. So here we go for the 2020 Co-op Party Conference quiz. I hope you've enjoyed the conference so far. And question 1 in today's quiz is as follows. Who is the current Labour Shadow Secretary of State for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy? A nice easy one to start, but who's the current Labour Shadow Secretary of State for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy? Now, I wrote that question this morning and actually had who was the current Secretary of State for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, and I thought, no, let's make it a little bit less Tory focused and a little bit more Labour focus. So that's your question number 1. Just write it down. You've got your pen, hopefully, at the ready, and you've also got your piece of paper. Write down the answer to that, and then we'll come back and do all the answers at the end of each round, and you'll tot them up, and then I'm going to tell you how you tell us what scores you've got. Your self-scoring, and you'll pop your self-scoring into a little sheet that we will send you electronically, and then you can submit them all to us at the end, because there's big prizes up for grabs here. Don't forget the £40 voucher and indeed the Co-op Party goodie bag. I didn't hear goodie bags from Emma. Maybe we'll have more than one, but maybe, because I definitely got one goodie bag from the Co-op Party. Second question then tonight, or today, this afternoon, in the general knowledge with a bit of co-op and politics. Here's number 2. Who is the longest serving cooperative MP still sitting in the House of Commons in Parliament. I'll give you a clue. He's just turned 80, which is fantastic. So question number 2, and it's a co-op related question, but it's also a politics related question as well, and general knowledge, I suppose, as well, if you throw it all in together. Who is our longest serving cooperative MP that's still in Parliament? And I'll give you a clue. This person's now 80. So that's question at number 2. You'll all be scribbling down the answers, I hope, playing in rounds. You can play in teams as well, of course. You don't have to do this individually. Set up a wee WhatsApp group, or maybe you could perhaps just set up a little email chain, or even on the telephone, or whatever, and join in as teams, or you can play this individually. So you should have the picture around now, which is great.
Yeah, that's in the links that people can see.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's in there. If you're on the website, it's the box on the side. If you're on your mobile, it's the box underneath, and the link to the picture round. Well, Ian's controversial picture round is in there. Just click the link.
Great, click on that link, and then you'll pop up the picture, and we'll come back to that at the end. Thanks very much. Emma, what's in a goodie bag?
I don't actually know. I imagine it will be some of our excellent merchandise. Hang on a minute. We've got some very nice notebooks that we have in our Co-op Party shop. We also have Co-op Party pens as well. We also do a nice selection of sort of mugs and travel mugs and things like that. So it'll be a selection of what's in the bottom of our cupboard.
Excellent. So the next time you do a quiz, you can do it with your Co-op pen, on your Co-op pad, out of your Co-op bag, and you can maybe even drink a cup of tea out your Co-op mug. Yep. See, I'm not a Co-op MP, as I keep moaning about, so my mugs are just completely blank. Never mind.
We're going to have to send you one, Ian.
I live in hope. Okay, where were we? We're supposed to be doing a quiz here.
Sorry, yeah.
Let's get to question number 3, round number 1. Nice, easy one as well. If you're a member of the Co-operative Party, the Co-operative Group, who is the current Chief Executive Officer of the Co-operative Group? A nice, easy one for question number 3. Who's the current CEO of the Co-operative Group? Some of these questions were written for me by people at the Co-op, so thank you very much indeed. That made it a little bit easier. That was a nice, easy one for question number 3. No Googling it. If you don't know the answer, you don't know the answer. It's only worth a point, so you don't worry too much about it. Question number 4. Let's move on to question number 4. That takes us halfway through round number 1. What was the name of the philosopher and economist who introduced for the first time the concept of the invisible hand to represent the dynamics of the free market? There you go. Slightly an antidote to the Cooperative Party, the invisible hand of the dynamics of the free market. But what was the name of the philosopher and economist who introduced for the first time the concept of the invisible hand to represent the dynamics of the free market? That's question number 4. I hope everyone's really excited about the prizes that are being given up for this afternoon. You've got your Co-op goodie bag, you've got your £40 voucher from Paul Birch, who's just been recognised in the Queen's Birthday Honours list, or the late Queen's Birthday Honours. Not the late Queen, the Honours list is late, not the Queen, who's given us a £40 voucher for Revolver, which is absolutely fantastic. I think it's called Revolver. It is. Their website is revolverworld.com. So you can put the voucher code in Co-op Party 2020 to get your 10% discount for everyone who's playing the quiz. But if you actually win the quiz, you're going to get a £40 voucher to spend as well, which is great. Okay, here's question number 5. How many Labour and Cooperative MPs does the party have in the UK Parliament, and what percentage are women? That's a great question, isn't it? You've probably covered this today already. I'm sure Jim McMahon must have said this during one of his...
He did. He covered this.
Did he cover it, Emma? So if you were on earlier, or rather than just logging on and sleeping to pretend you were on, you might get this. Emma, do you know the answer to this?
I do. And yes, it should be quite an easy one for our cooperators. Just to ask though, with this, is it a point for each bit? So is it a point for getting the number of MPs and then a point for the percentage of women, or do you have to get both?
Why don't we do that? Why don't we do a point for each?
Right.
So we'll run through the scoring at the end, but yeah, I think a point for each, because it's quite difficult. Maybe not the total number, but maybe the number of men and women could be difficult. So yeah, I think that's good, Emma. A point for each. It's gone down, hasn't it, after the election in December?
I'm not sure. It's still quite a healthy number.
Yeah, because I think before the election in December, the third largest party in the House of Commons was the Co-op Party.
It was. We're the best kept secret in Parliament.
How are you doing on the quiz, Emma? How are you getting there?
I have to say, it started off all right. That third, was it the third or fourth question? The invisible hand, struggling a bit with that. You ramped it up quite quickly.
We'll bring it right back down here then. Let's see if we can get number 6. It's a bit more of an invention question, I'm afraid. Who discovered penicillin thanks to his lack of tidiness? Who discovered penicillin thanks to his lack of tidiness? I'm sorry, a question about the percentage of women in Parliament is then followed by another question about a man inventor, but never mind. Who discovered penicillin thanks to his lack of tidiness? That's number 6. That's nice and easy. And if you're online or you're on any of the different outputs of this, if you go onto the little side of the Slido, I think it's called, you'll see again where you can get the picture round. 10 sweets, all we need to know is the sweets. You can work through that by clicking on it or by copying and pasting it into your browser as we go through. Right, question number 7. This is nice and easy. Back to a question about women, which is fantastic. Yep. Number 7 is this. Which was the first country to give women the vote? Nice and easy. Controversial question because I think I used this in a quiz something before and somebody says it wasn't true, but I'm using it again. So Emma, the rules of this are the quizmaster's always right. Is that correct?
Absolutely. People, if they want to dispute the quizmaster, they can stick it in the Q&A and I can put them to the quizmaster, but your judgment is final on this.
Ah, great. Well, I hope Eva Murray's not playing because she always challenged the quizzes in lockdown.
But yeah, I can see the controversy because is it all women to get the vote or just those with certain requirements? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, who needs enemies when you've got friends? Number 7. What was the first country to give women the vote? I've got an answer here. I've no idea what it relates to, but you know, it's the same problem for everyone.
Your decision is final. That's all that matters.
You're quite right. Absolutely. So here we go for number 8 then. So we gave a point for each of the ones back at the number of Co-op MPs and the percentage that are women. So let's give a point for each of these answers in case you don't know some. So this century, the Labour Party in the noughties, the Labour Party has been led by Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Ed Miliband and Jeremy Corbyn. Of course, Keir Starmer's the new leader, but we're going back to past leaders. Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Ed Miliband and Jeremy Corbyn. Can you name the 4 constituencies of the United Kingdom that they represented? That'll be easy for our political aficionados. So this century, the Labour Party has been led by Tony Blair, by Gordon Brown, by Ed Miliband and by Jeremy Corbyn. Can you name the 4 constituencies they represented? A point for each. How many have you got, Emma?
Definitely got all 4. And one of them is quite near to where I am. So I definitely know that.
You're in Rotherham, Emma, aren't you?
I am. So one of our neighbours.
Ah.
Bit of a hint there.
There you go. So if you know the geography of Emma, who's a councillor in Rotherham, you might be able to get one of these in particular. And that's your first 8 questions, I'm afraid. So shall we go around, Emma, shall we go around and do the answers? Do you want to do the answers or shall I do the answers?
Absolutely. Let me bring up the answers. So question 1 was, who is the current Labour Shadow Secretary of State for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy? And again, a near neighbour, Ed Miliband MP is the answer.
Great, so 1 point if you get Ed Miliband.
Yeah. Question 2, which was a co-op-y question. Who is our longest serving Co-op MP who's still in Parliament? And Ian gave away his age. It is Barry Shearman MP, who represents Huddersfield.
Fantastic, and a point for that.
Absolutely. Another co-op-y question was number 3. So who is the current CEO of the Co-operative Group? And that is Steve Morells.
Steve Morells, so a point for Steve Morells. So if you got all 3 answers so far, you should have 3 points.
Yeah.
On to the tricky one, number 4.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure about this one. What was the name of the philosopher economist who introduced for the first time the concept of invisible hand to represent the dynamics of the free market? And that was Adam Smith.
So a point for Adam Smith. So if you got them all right so far, you should have 4 points. Now, anybody who was on the conference this morning will absolutely know the answer to this. Emma, what's number 5?
So number 5 was, how many Labour and Co-op MPs does the party have in the UK Parliament? And the answer is 26. And what percentage of those are women? And it is 42%. Not quite 50-50. We still need to see that equality, but we've got 11 women and 15 men. So 42% of the Co-op Party group in Parliament are women, which is a good start.
It's a good start. And let's get all of those numbers upwards, because as we said earlier, the Co-op Party was the third party up until December. So a point for 26, a point if you got 42%. So we're up to number 6.
Okay, number 6 was, who discovered penicillin thanks to his lack of tidiness? And it was Sir Alexander Fleming. And,
okay,
and I did get that one because I'm allergic to penicillin.
Fantastic. There you are. There's always a personal story when people know answers to quiz questions. So
absolutely,
that's how you know that one. We're off now. Here's the controversial question, because I'm sure somebody's going to post in the chat that this is incorrect, but this is the answer anyway. Number 7.
Number 7 was, which was the first country to give women the vote? And the answer that you have is New Zealand.
Excellent. So a point for New Zealand. You don't get a point for any other country, regardless of your justifications. And finally, in round number 1, Emma, question 8.
Yes. So this century, the Labour Party has been led by Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Ed Miliband, and Jeremy Corbyn. Can you name the 4 constituencies they represented? So the first one was Tony Blair in Sedgefield. Gordon Brown was Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath, which is with really bad pronunciation. I apologise.
Very good. Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath, but we'll take that.
That sounds much better. Ed Miliband, who is in Doncaster North, just next to us here in Rotherham, and Jeremy Corbyn represented Islington South.
That's great. So if you got all of those correct, you should have got 12 points. So you're marking yourself out of 12. Now, don't do anything with that at the moment. Just write round number 1, and you got whatever out of 12. And we'll show you how to put these into the score sheet later, which we'll do after round number 2. But it's important also to have a good team name. I don't know if we have a prize, Emma, for the best team name, do we?
No, I don't. You can for the best team name, you can just have the honour of having the best team name.
The honour. So I tell you what we'll do. We'll let. I don't know if Joe's still watching or whatever, but we'll get somebody from Co-op to choose the best team name when we get them all in, and see if we can send you see if we can find you a prize at the bottom of that now empty cupboard.
It is. Apparently, you're getting a water bottle, Ian.
Oh, excellent.
And one in the cupboard.
Ah, fantastic. Good. So I've got somebody, we have a Co-op Awards and Quiz WhatsApp group just for technical difficulties and things. And I'm going to embarrass someone here, because Robin said on the question about how many MPs have we got, what percentage are women, he's written, I got 11 out of 26 at women. I couldn't be bothered to convert to potentially, so I'm having that as a point. What do you think, Emma?
I think we've got to be nice to him, because he's in charge of the mute button on this quiz. So I think we've got to give it to him. Okay,
we'll give him that then. Although the question did say in what percentage are women, but never mind. You make up your own questions, make up your own answers. Who cares?
And the only thing that's come through, I think I may have accidentally said Islington South. It's actually Islington North. Sorry, is the correct answer. But it does mean that people are listening, because quite a few people have mentioned that. So the correct answer for number 8 was Jeremy Corbyn represents Islington North.
There we go. Now, what happens, Emma, when you do one little trip over any of these quizzes, your emails, your telephone, the chat goes completely off the wall. So yes, so that's what happens. There's already people out there that can give us the answers to those questions, but never mind. Right now, Emma, this is always my favourite part of a quiz. What we're going to do now is we're going to do the music round. So everyone make sure you've got your volumes on, but you must have your volumes on or you can't hear the questions. And this is going to be nice and easy. There's going to be 10 little snippets here. I'll only play about 15 or 20 seconds. In fact, I might play less if it's really obvious. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the music. Emma's going to dance, be entertained, and the answers are all sport. So we're combining the music round with the sports round. So you're going to get 15 seconds of a famous sporting theme, and I want you to tell me what the sport is. Does that make sense, Emma?
So we're going to hear the theme. You've got to know what the theme is and then put what sport it's associated with.
Just tell us the sport. So I'm looking for 10 sports. We're going to give you a point for each. Everything should now be ready to go. So if anybody wants to post in the chat if you can't hear this, but we're going to start. Here's number 1, and I'll pause between them just to let you know which number we're on.
Oh.
Here's 15 seconds. Oh.
Ian, just to put for this music round, but also the picture round as well. Obviously, some people have accessibility requirements and
Okay.
take part fully in those rounds. If you're one of those people, we're running an honours system, so give yourself full marks if you're not able to access either the sound or the pictures. You get full marks for this round.
Wonderful, Emma. Thank you very much indeed. Well, I think Robin will probably give himself full marks anyway, given his own answers to the questions. But yes, if you do have accessibility issues and you're not able to participate in this round, give yourself 10 out of 10. Quite a straightforward round anyway, so hopefully people will get a lot of questions. So here we go then. Are we ready for number 1? I'm going to start playing the 15 seconds now. Now, you're only going to get 15 seconds of these because they're relatively easy. So that was number 1. You just have to identify the theme tune, convert that to the sport, and the answer is the sport. Here's number 2. Now, I give you slightly more of that because it's very, very quiet at the start, but that was number 2. So identify the tune, the theme tune. They're all BBC theme tunes, actually. And then tell us exactly what the sport is. That was number 2. Really straightforward. Any problems, Emma, at your end?
No, I've just got a question, though. Stephen Stanners saying his team's not doing very well so far in the quiz. He's wondering if we can come up with a prize for last place.
Yes, well, if we can dig around in the Co-op cupboards and find something for you, we might see what we can get for you, Stephen. But let's see. I think you're doing yourself down here. You might not end up last at all.
There's a long way to go.
I'll inspire you a little bit, perhaps with team names. The best team name I ever seen in a pub quiz was Fat Kids Always Win at Seesaw, which I thought was quite funny. Okay, before I get myself into trouble, here's number 3. Name the sport. So that was just number 3. It's nice and easy and straightforward. If you know these, you know them. If you don't know them, it's going to be impossible to get them. Which sport? Here's number 4.
There's a dream I feel so rare, so real. More the world in union, the one.
Okay, that was number 4. All really straightforward. Here's number 5, and then we'll pause a little bit and give you a breather. But here's number 5. Okay, name the sport. That's number 5. So you've heard 5 already. There's 5 more to go. We'll just give you a breather in case you're conferring with colleagues and you're on the WhatsApps or the text or whatever it is you're doing to create your teams to try and find out who is doing what. How are you getting on so far, Emma, after the 5th one?
Not so bad. Not so bad. And particularly that last one again, it's been played not too far away from where I am in terms of that sport.
There you go. So Emma's in Rotherham, and you're right, it's not too far away at all.
No, it's the other side. we've got a question about the scoring now on round one, I'm
Yeah.
afraid. So the final question about the constituencies, is it a point for each constituency?
A point for each constituency, yeah.
Point for each constituency. So yeah, bumper 4 points if you got all of those right.
Yeah, and that gives you that out of 12, so you might have all 12 there, which is great. Somebody's just told me that Stephen, who's complaining he's maybe perhaps last, not doing very well, is a board director of Revolver. So if he had won anyway, he wasn't going to get the £40 voucher. Or I bet he's using the 10% off though. I bet that's for sure. Okay, back to the music round. Here's number 6. Name the sport. Oh, that's number 6. I miss all these sports that have not been happening over the summer with lockdown. You got that one, Emma, I'm sure?
Absolutely, but I was just thinking that these haven't been on the telly, a lot of these, for quite a while. We've really missed our sport.
Absolutely. So being a bit nostalgic this afternoon as well, giving you some of these sports. That was number 6, that one. Was played in the summer. I'll give you a little bit of a clue there. Here is number 7. There you go. You got a little bit more of that because somebody just came into the room and brought me a piece of cake, which distracted me no end.
Oh, what have you got?
Bonus 5%. So I've got a piece of lemon drizzle cake now, which I'm going to eat in front of you all.
Very nice.
Did you get that one, Emma?
No, I didn't get that one.
No.
I don't know that one.
Never
I'm
mind.
afraid.
We'll definitely get this one. Here is number 8. There's number 8. We're just about there. 2 more to go. How are you getting on now, Emma? Was that one a bit easier?
No, I didn't know that one either.
Oh dear,
My
oh dear.
favourite sports were at the start. So the first 2.
Never mind. Stephen, don't worry. Emma's got the answers and they're still going to finish last. It's a disaster. Here's number 9. Now, if you know the theme tune there, these are normally very late on a Sunday night. You'll hear that theme tune, particularly during the summer. That's number 9. And on to the last one in this music round then. 15 seconds of this. Name the sport. Okay, so that's all 10 in the music round. All you have to do is identify the sport. All relatively straightforward. Emma was doing well until we got to the third one, but I think she's done probably quite well come the end. Emma, you're going to read out the scores, the answers for us, and then we'll get to the scores. A point for each answer in this one, so there's only a maximum of 10. If you're unable to participate in the music round and the quiz, you give yourself 10 points, which is fantastic. And then everyone who else is able to participate, Emma's going to give us the answers, I hope.
Yes, I will do. And I hope you get some of these scores because I think there's some rumours going around that there might be toilet roll as the last prize. Very useful, though, at the moment, I think. That is not a bad last prize. So number 1 was cricket. Number 2 is F1. Number 3 was skiing. And was that Ski Sunday I recognised?
It was Sunday, yeah, you're right.
Number 4 was rugby union, and number 5 was the snooker, which they play at the Crucible in Sheffield.
Have you ever been, Emma? I've always wanted to go.
No, I have never been, but while it's on, you will often bump into snooker players. They will just wander around Sheffield, so you know when it's on. But no, I've never gone to see it. Number 6 is the tennis. Number 7 was boxing. Number 8 was athletics. And number 9 was golf. And number 10, which was just the other week, which they did manage to put on in some form, was the marathon, and in particular the London Marathon.
Emma, thank you for that. So if you got those 10 answers, you get 10 points, a point for each correct answer in the music round. Note down your score. Shall we pop? I'll tell you what we'll do now. I'll tell you what we're going to do with the scores. In your Slido, if we're back to that, yeah, it's called Slido, isn't it? Yeah,
it is in the Q&A box on the side, yeah. On
the side or underneath, wherever it is you're playing, our wizards of the technicians are going to pop in there a link. You're going to click on that link, and it's going to bring up, or copy and paste it into your browser, and it's going to bring up a screen. You put your team name, your email address, and your scores for each round, but don't hit submit till the very last round, because it only does it once. So if you hit submit, it's going nowhere. You'll need to do it again. So don't hit submit, but it's a place for you to record your scores. And then we get to the very end, and we've marked the picture round, and Emma's given you the answers for the picture round, the controversial picture round. Then you hit submit. So don't do it just now. But the link will go up there, and you'll see it's very self-explanatory once you've clicked on the link, or once you've copied and pasted it into your browser, about how to record the scores. Now, how are you getting on, Emma? How was your scoring in that round?
I didn't do too badly on that one, but I think Ruth Hall, vice chair now of the Co-op Party, says she's sucking at this round. She's not doing very well at all, I'm afraid.
Oh, Ruth, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Ruth, but never mind. We have Izzy's just told us in the chat that ScotMid, who are based up here in Scotland, of course, have kindly donated some sought-after toilet roll as a prize. So I don't know if that should be the first prize or the last prize, but I did walk past a pub in Edinburgh last night, and obviously pubs in Edinburgh had closed at 6 o'clock last night for lockdown, and there was a big sign on the door that says, police notice, there is no toilet roll kept in these premises overnight, which I thought was rather funny, but never mind.
Yes.
Okay, round number 3.
Much sort out after. Pass the toilet roll is all you need.
In the middle of lockdown, when there was no toilet rolls at all anywhere on the shelves, I did give away a 4-pack as a quiz prize. Unfortunately, it was a Sainsbury's 4-pack, and Richard McCready has never forgiven me.
Too right. It's all about the Co-op here, not Sainsbury's or Tesco.
All about the Co-op. All about the Co-op. Right. Now, round number 3 is quite interesting, because has anybody ever, Emma, have you ever played Blockbusters?
Oh, I used to love watching Blockbusters as a student. I used to watch it. Loved it.
Well, the numbers of students watching Blockbusters is through the roof, because they're all currently locked into their halls of residence. So they're all watching Blockbusters. If anybody's never watched it before, essentially it's a TV game show, but what the answers to the questions are all the letter that's given in the question itself. So I'll just give you an example. What is a quiz show that gives you the first letter of the answer? It starts with B. Of course, it's Blockbusters, so that's the way it goes. So that's what question round number 3 is all about. So you will get the letter for the first letter of the answer, and then we'll give you the answer. So it should then, given we're doing the Blockbuster round, I should really do this. Now that's a theme tune to Blockbuster, so if anybody's watched that at all, you'll certainly know what that tune was. Right, let's go on. I just need to find the question now and get on with this. Yes, here we go, right.
Apparently I'm asking you for a K first, Bob.
That's right, a K first, Bob. That's what they do on the quiz itself, and Bob Holness, of course, was the presenter. So here's question number 1. Emma's asked me for a K. This is good, Emma. You can do this all the way through to question number 8. So the answer begins with a K. That's the way you do this Blockbuster round. So what K is a bird that has the nickname the Laughing Jackass? What K is a bird with the nickname the Laughing Jackass? Now, the questions might be slightly more difficult, but we do give you the first letter of the answer. So, suck it up. That's question number 1. How did you go?
So can I have an I then next?
You can have an I, Emma. So question 2 starts with an I. What I is the correct term for a question mark that's immediately followed by an exclamation mark? I love this question because I had no idea what the answer was, and I just think the answer is great. So Emma asked for an I. What I is the correct term for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation mark?
I have to say, I never knew that. I've never seen that word before.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it either. But, we're learning here today as well. If the question's difficult, it's difficult for everyone, and every day's a school day. So we're going to learn something today as well, which is fantastic. So that was question number 2.
Okay, can I have an F, please, Bob?
Okay, Emma's asked for an F. If you've never seen the show before, it was made up of hexagonals, and you got to get from one side of the hexagonal sheet to the other side by filling in the letters. And you ask for a letter, and Emma's asked for an F. So what F for Freddie is a country where there are 6 villages called Silly, 12 called Billy, and 2 called Pratt. The question number 3, what F is a country where there are 6 villages called Silly, 12 called Billy, and 2 called Pratt? And if you have no idea what the answer is, just guess a country starting with F. Would be the easiest way of doing it. Oh, the chat's going mad. The chat's going mad. I knew somebody was going to ask for a P. I knew somebody. The chat's gone mad with people asking for a P. If you want a P, then there's no break. We might stop briefly after this, but there's no P in this round, I'm afraid. We've had a K, we've had an I, we've had an F. What are we having next?
Can I have an S, please?
Okay, S for sugar is question number 4. This is a cracking question as well. I mean, I had no idea what the answer was, but I just loved the question. What S is Scooby-Doo's real name? What S for sugar is Scooby-Doo's real name? I have no idea if this answer's even right, but I liked it. And I'm in charge, so it's great.
To be fair, Scooby does not sound like a real name.
That's true, but I'm not actually sure the answer is the real name either, but never mind. I haven't met anyone called the real answer. So that was question number 4. What S is Scooby-Doo's real name? So we've had a K, an I, an F, and an S so far. There's no linkage between these letters, by the way. I thought there might have been, so I just thought I would check. But that's question number 4 out of 8. We're up to number 5. What are we having next, Emma?
Can I have another F, please, Bob?
Oh, another F. F for Freddie. So listen to this very carefully, because this links, all the answers are linked in this question. What F for Freddie is an invalid serve in tennis, an invalid serve in squash, or an invalid serve in badminton? So question number 5, what F is an invalid serve in tennis, an invalid serve in squash, or an invalid serve in badminton? What F? That's number 5. Did that make sense, Emma? Did you get that one?
Yeah, I think that was an easy one, that one.
That's a definite easy one.
Just to let you know, Valerie loved the theme song, and she loved Bob as well. She's
excellent. I love blockbusters. Good. She didn't tell us if she got any right, though.
No, that's true. I'm a bit worried. Team Bolger are working hard to achieve the lowest score. It looks like the toilet roll is quite an attractive prize.
I have to say, you don't really have to work hard to get the lowest score. You just don't have any answers.
She got 0 points in the sports theme round.
Excellent, excellent. We'll call that a nil point. We're up to number 6. What letter are we having this time?
Can I have a H, please?
Okay, an H. Then again, this all linked. All the answers are linked here to the answer. So, what H can be in your mouth, in your boots, or metaphorically on your sleeve? Did that make sense? What H for Harry can be in your mouth, in your boots, or metaphorically speaking, on your sleeve? That's number 6. The answer, of course, starts with H. It links all of those things together. And if you're trying to get 0 points, don't give us any answers that start with the word H, the letter H, because you might just about guess it right. So the toilet roll is becoming very popular. Maybe we should have given that as a top prize.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, 2 more to go. Number 7.
I'm after another H, please.
Another H. Okay, we had H at number 6. We're having H at number 7. What H? Again, it's these are linked here. But what H is the shape of a British 50 pence and 20 pence coin? Nice and easy. You're all looking for your change, aren't they? Joe Fortune will get this. His pockets are full of 20p coins. What H is the shape of British 50 pence and 20 pence coins? That's number 7. Do you think Joe's probably turning his pockets inside out by now?
Yeah, we'll be getting his 20p's out now and having a look. To be fair, it's not the answer I thought it was.
Ah, interesting.
Mm.
So, Joe, blow the dust off those 20p's. Count the sides. That's the answer to number 7. And finally, in round number 3, Emma.
Can I have an N, please?
Okay, in this blockbuster round, we have an N. So, you ready for this? What N is to football and rugby as love is to badminton and tennis? I'll read that again very slowly. Listen to this question. What N for Norman is to football and rugby as love is to badminton and tennis? That's a nice complicated question to get.
It's a bit cryptic, that one.
Very cryptic. You might want to write that one down. Well, I'll give you that again. Let me give you that again. Final one. What N, question number 8, is to football and rugby as love is to both badminton and tennis? And might get you the toilet roll. So that's the blockbuster round. We're going to read the answers to you very soon. So that was a blockbuster. There's now people tweeting at me, Emma.
Oh no, what have you done?
Oh no, I mean, we need to get all these answers right, otherwise Twitter will go mad. We'll start trending. But never mind. Team, who's doing it? Who's this team? Let's have a look. Team Bulger are working. Oh, we've got that already. They've said
Yep.
Rosa Bulger, who's a counsellor in where's she a counsellor? Does it say?
She's a councillor in Oxfordshire and a newly elected member of the Co-op Party NEC as well.
Well, congratulations, Rosa, for coming onto the NEC for the Co-op Party. That's absolutely fantastic. You were also the PPC in Whitney back in 2019, according to your Twitter profile. So I can now troll you while you're tweeting at us. Joe Fortune liked that tweet. He must have been anything to distract him from having to spend some money. But never mind. Okay, right, let's go.
Joe says he's only got coppers. He didn't have a 20 pence, so he won't be getting that one.
Won't be getting that one, right? He'll be filing down the coppers as we speak to try and give it a number of sides, see if he can get them in the fruit machines. Right, okay, blockbuster round.
Hang on, we've had a request. Questions 5 and 6. If you won't mind repeating, just to make sure people can get their points.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's repeat them. Thanks, Emma, for that. If you do have a problem and you don't get one of the questions or whatever, just let us know in the chat or the Slido or whichever way you want to do it. You could tweet at us, you could write on our Facebook pages, you could write, you could email, you could send us all, who cares? But let's get number 5 or 6. What F is an invalid serve in tennis, squash or badminton? What F is an invalid serve in tennis, squash or badminton? And number 6, Emma asked for an H. So what H can be in your mouth, in your boots, or metaphorically speaking, on your sleeve? What H can be in your mouth, in your boots, or metaphorically speaking, on your sleeve? That's 5 and 6. Any more requests for questions?
No, that's it. So Vince and Stephen are really hoping for a point from this round.
Excellent. Okay, right. Well, you're going to get 1 point per correct answer for this round. Maximum of 8 points. Okay, Emma, question number 1. You asked for a K. What was the answer?
So what K is a bird with the nickname the Laughing Jackass? It's a kookaburra.
I have no idea what a kookaburra is. Do you know what a kookaburra is? Have you ever seen one?
I don't think I have. No.
Never mind. I've heard of a laughing jackass. I wasn't sure what the actual name of the bird was, so that was a difficult one, but you did get the K. Question number 2, Emma asked for an I. What was the answer?
What is the correct term for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation mark? And I love this word. It's an interrobang.
It's an interrobang. I'd never heard of it, but it's great. And I suppose you could use a question mark followed by an exclamation mark, couldn't you, in terms of writing something down? But never mind. So it's an interrobang, a point for that. We had an F at number 3. I thought this was another great question.
So what F is a country where there are 6 villages called Silly, 12 called Billy, and 2 called Pratt, and it is France.
And it's France. We've been, Izzy on the chat has said that the kookaburra is an Australian bird.
Yes, I feel I must apologise to Joel, our colleague from Australia, for not
Ah.
knowing that.
Never mind. Maybe we should have been cheating and Googling a bit as we go through this. Never mind. That was number 3 was France in a point if you had France. Number 4 was an S.
So number 4, what is Scooby-Doo's real name? It's Scoobert Doo. That's his Sunday name, obviously. Scoobert.
If anybody got that correct, I'm going to send you a toilet roll myself. S-C-O-O-B-E-R-T, Scoobert Doo. If you did get it right, it's either a sign of a misspent youth or you're watching far too much children's television. But never mind. That was number 4, halfway through. Number 5, Emma asked for an F.
So what F is an invalid serve in tennis, squash, or badminton? And it is a fault.
It is indeed. So if you were to have an invalid serve in tennis, squash, or badminton, the umpire or the line judge would shout fault. So that was the answer to question number 5. You get a point for that. I hope the team that asked for that to be repeated got it correct and understood the question. So hopefully you got a point for that. At number 6 was our first H.
So what H can be in your mouth, in your boots, or on your sleeve, metaphorically speaking, and it's your heart.
Excellent. So a point if you got heart. You can see now the way that Blockbuster works. If you haven't got it by now, you're too late because we're just about finished. We had another H for number 7.
And H was, what is the shape of a British 50 pence and a 20 pence coin? And it is heptagonal.
Heptagonal. What did you think it was, Emma? You thought it was something different.
I immediately went for a hexagon, which isn't right. There's more sides than that. But when I was thinking H, I went straight for a hexagon on that one.
Never mind. I thought it had 6 sides as well, to be honest. So I would have been with you on that one. So there we go. Heptagonal is the shape.
Yeah. I don't know if Joe got that one, but hey,
well, maybe we should have done what's the shape of the 1 and 2 pence piece. Joe seemingly would have got that. Maybe the half pence piece. He's maybe still dealing in that. Never mind. Certainly with he's not splashed out much on these prizes, but never mind. Number 8 was N. What was the question and answer, Emma?
So what N is to football and rugby as love is to badminton and tennis, and it's nil.
That was a good question. I hope you wrote that down so you could follow it through. But what N is to football and rugby as love is to badminton and tennis? Question number 8 in that round was nil. So a maximum of 8 points if you got all of those right. If you did get all of those right, I think you should be calling NHS 24. If you didn't get them all right, then don't worry because you've got some rounds still to catch up and there's some great prizes. Emma, remind us of the prizes again. Go on. Let's ramp up the excitement going in.
Absolutely. We're not just doing this for fun. We have some amazing prizes. So we have a co-op party goodie bag, which will be delivered to the winner. But also thanks to our friends at Revolver Co-op, we have a £40 credit to spend online on their coffee, their tea and their hot chocolate as well. And there's also a 10% discount for everyone who's taken part on the Revolver Coffee website as well. So everybody gets some. And we seem to have added in, you've managed to get, I think, a mug and a water bottle out of us, Ian. Yeah. And there's some toilet roll floating around for the last prize as well.
Excellent. So we've got the water bottle for the best team name. We've got toilet roll flying around for the ones that end up last. It's all kicking off here. You've now got I hope you've got your picture in. Make sure you do that, which is great. So carry on doing the picture in. We'll go through the answers at the very end, which will determine who wins or loses the quiz. And don't forget now in the Slido or wherever it is, wherever you're playing, you should have the link now to the Google Doc that opens up and you will have the screen, which will say Co-op Party Quiz 2020. It asks for your email address, asks for your team name, and then you pop the scores in, but don't hit submit till the very end. Now, Emma, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go into the back end of this, and I'm going to see if anybody's sent it back in yet.
Okay.
Oh, no, they haven't. Everyone's behaving. They're all getting it right.
An important bit, though, Ruth Hall got Scoobert.
Oh.
She's asking for the toilet roll that you promised her.
Excellent. Well, Ruth,
Only in Glasgow, so you haven't got far to go.
yeah, email me your address and I'll post you a toilet roll.
Yeah, because somebody asked, do we get a point for scuba? Absolutely. Take that point and be very proud if you've got that answer.
Oh my goodness! Now the WhatsApp group's kicking off now as well. We've had we knew that that was an somebody said it was Australian, but we knew that. Richard McCready says Ian should link the answers to questions 6 and 8. I can't remember what question 6 and 8 was. Question 6 was hearts nil. Richard's great. He's at top form, Richard. So Richard, I hope we know your team name and I'll deduct some points. Never mind, up there in Dundee. Right, round number 4. Looking at the time, might be our last round. Who knows? But let's see where we get to. Round number 4 is a bit geographic, I'm afraid. I know people love their geography rounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a city. No, I'm not. I'm going to give you a country, and you're going to give me a city. So I'm going to give you a country, and I want to know what country has the largest, what city has the largest population in that country. I've made a total mess of that. So I've no idea if anybody knows what we're doing in round number 4. So
Go on, try again.
Tell us what we're doing in round number 4. I have no idea.
So, the city in the country with the largest population.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. I'm going to give you a country, and the answer is the city with the largest population. It couldn't be any simpler. I've just made a total mess of it, but never mind. The clue is, if you want a clue for those that are trying to not win the toilet roll, none of these are capital cities, which I thought was extraordinary, which is great, but it's good. So, right, I'm just going to give you the country. All you need to do is give me the city. There's 10 of these, and 1 point for each correct answer. So here's number 1. We're on round number 4. The country I'm going to give you is Australia. What is the Australian city with the largest population? That's round number 1.
Oh, yeah. The stakes have just gone up. Joe has promised 2 goodie bags. So we've got 3 top prizes there. He's obviously had a root round in that cupboard and found a few more things.
Excellent. And look, I've no idea how popular this quiz is, so it could be that every team that's playing is going to get a prize.
That's true. Everybody can get the discount though at Revolver.
They can with code.
Everyone's a winner.
It's and just give us the email address again. Let me just click through. It's revolverworld.com.
Yeah, and the code is Co-op Party 2020, all one word.
All one word. Co-op Party 2020, all one word, for a discount at revolverworld.com. Who's given us the £40 gift voucher as the top prize? My goodness, we should have been playing blankety blank. The prizes are so generous. Okay, number 2. I'm going to give you the country. You just need to give me the city with the largest population in the country. Number 2 is China. Which city has the largest population in China? I'm sure people will challenge these answers, Emma, because they probably counted them personally while they've been on holiday, but who knows?
If you managed to go on holiday.
No, not at all, no. There's only a staycation in Cornwall, which was rather nice. What about yourself?
I did manage to get a little holiday in Greece, actually. I was very lucky in between all the lockdowns. So I'm feeling very lucky this year. But I know a lot of people have been having their staycations and visiting wonderful parts of the world, like Yorkshire, where I am. Some amazing places to see here. That
sounds absolutely fun. Yeah, if you're on a staycation, it's been great. I spent some time in the Lake District, which was fantastic, coming back up to Edinburgh a couple of weeks ago, which I really enjoyed. Now we've turned to Judith Chalmers. So
yes, a travel programme as well.
I need to open up the answers here. Right, okay, well, I'm giving you the countries, you're giving me the cities. Number 3, Switzerland. 1 was Australia, 2 was China, 3, Switzerland, the city with the largest population. So Keir Starmer was on this morning. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I think you had Annalisa Dodds as well, which is great.
Absolutely. We've had a really packed morning. And if people missed it, they can look at those speeches and the interview with Keir. They're going to be on our YouTube and Facebook a bit later on today if people missed it. But yes, we had the lovely Preet Gill interviewing Keir Starmer, a really good interview and a conversation with Keir.
Oh, that's really good. And Preet's one of the best MPs we've got. She's fantastic. She really did a great job in that international development portfolio, which is fantastic. She's good, really good. Right, number 4. You know what we should have done here? I should have done co-op MPs, and you could have given me their constituency. That would have been quite good. Maybe next time. Question number 4, the largest city in Canada by population, not size. I should have said that, actually. It's population, not size. Have you ever been, Emma?
Where to? Canada?
Don't give us the city, but the country. Ever been to Canada?
I have. I do like going over to the States, and I've nipped over the border into Canada. Not into this. Not into the largest one.
Not into the city with the largest population.
No, I've never been there.
I've been there once for a wedding.
Ooh, very nice.
It was on the Friday, flew back out on the Sunday morning, but it was great. Okay, number 5, Brazil. The largest city by population in Brazil. Richard McCready will get these. He's well travelled. He does come out of Dundee now and again. He was really surprised when he first left Dundee. He didn't realise everything wasn't in black and white. There we are. So let's see what's happening on the chat.
Karen asks, "What's a holiday?"
Poor Karen.
It's like the sports round. This is reminding us of where we could be.
Where we could be, exactly. This place is we aspire to go. Now the chat seems to have turned into a little bit of a fight over football now after Richard McCready's rather harsh comment about Hearts, but never mind. Okay, did we have Brazil? We did have Brazil. Number 6 then, India. Give me the city in India with the largest population as at 2019. Just put that in there just in case populations have exploded since. India. Never been to India, Emma, have you?
No, I've never been either. I'd like to. I like a good, I like the food, I have to say. Indian food is very good, but I've never been. On the wish
I'd love
list.
to go as well. Never mind. Something else on the wish list, which is actually number 7, is New Zealand. And interestingly, I think I gave this hint at the start, but none of the answers to these questions are the capital cities, but are the most populous. Emma, I've got a whole list of background music here, which I can't play obviously because we're on YouTube and Facebook and things. But I've got loads of other bits and pieces of theme tunes for television programs and everything else. What about this one? Do you know this one?
No, no idea.
Oh, Cagney and Lacey. That wasn't part of the quiz, by the way. We're just filling in the gaps so you can.
He's shown that I don't know my TV programs.
Never mind. Okay, I'm going to test you after this. After number 8, Morocco, the city with the largest population in Morocco. Right, let's give you a slightly easier one. What's this one?
Postman Pat.
Postman Pat. The clue is in the song. Have you seen Postman Pat recently?
I haven't, no. Has he had a makeover?
It has. It's Postman Pat express delivery or special delivery, and he's now got a Jeep. He's got a helicopter. You know, he's going places. It's really.
Is he still working for Royal Mail, or has he gone to Yodel?
He's sticking with the Royal Mail, as is Jess. You'll be pleased to know they're sticking with a good public service.
Jess must be the oldest cat in history by now, I think. Okay, number 9, the city in Turkey with the largest population. Oh, you've got me started now. I'm going to have to find another one. I like this one too. This reminds me of Richard McCready as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Muppet Show.
There you go. The clue was in the title there. I can't play these for too long in case we get cut off. Never mind. No expense spared. We have no license for playing music, but never mind. Question number 10, and the final one in this round, which is the city with the largest population in the country of Vietnam. I thought those were quite difficult, Emma. What do you think?
Yeah, I think these are hard because they're not the capital cities. So you've got to think of the other big places in these countries. Though I have been to this one. My brother used to live there and it is beautiful.
Oh, excellent. That is fantastic. That's another one on the wish list, I think.
The food is to die for.
Oh, brilliant. I'd love to go. Absolutely love to go. Right, so you've had a few minutes there. I tell you what we'll do. We'll give you Why don't we give you, I don't know, why don't we give you 30 seconds? Now we've got all the bells and whistles, haven't we?
Absolutely. Oh, hang on. I've got a bit of a repeat needed though.
Go for it. Which one?
Number 7. What was number 7?
Number 7 was New Zealand.
Right.
Now you've only got 21 seconds left. Keeping an eye on the chat, making sure everyone's behaving themselves.
Let's see. Dawn's helping me with those TV theme tunes. Thank you, Dawn.
Can you believe that lasts 33 seconds? There's something not right about that at all. Never mind. Right, before we get sued by the BBC or Channel 4 or whoever else, Emma, you're going to run through the answers to these questions, please.
I am. So the city with the largest population in these countries. So number 1, Australia, and the answer is Sydney. Number 2 was China, and the answer is Shanghai. Number 3 was Switzerland, and the answer was Zurich. And number 4, which was Canada, where Ian went for a wedding, is Toronto. Number 5 is Brazil, and it's Sao Paulo. And number 6 in India, the biggest city by population is Mumbai. Number 7 is New Zealand, and the answer is Auckland. So I hope you got that. Number 8 is Morocco, and the answer is Casablanca. And number 9 is Turkey, and the biggest city is Istanbul. And number 10 is Vietnam, and the answer is Ho Chi Minh City is the largest by population in Vietnam.
Absolutely fantastic. So 10 questions, 10 cities. I hope you got 10 points. There's a maximum of 10 points in there. If you got them all right, you've done really well, actually. It's quite difficult when it's not the capital cities, and your instinct is to go for the capital cities. So that was your answers number 10 to round number 4. And where are we now? Look, what's the time? It's 4:15. Let's do the picture round, shall we? Let's give you the answers to the picture round.
Okay. I was wondering, these you say these are old-fashioned sweets. How old do you have to be to recognise these sweets?
Not as old as oh god, who can I upset? Not as old as Barry Shearman. But yes, they are. There's some controversial ones in there, and in fact, there's some ones that I don't think is the correct answer. But that's what I've got in front of me. And when you read out some of these, you upset some people as well because they're not the official sweet of that particular area, geographic area. But never mind. So I hope you did the picture round. What we'll do, I think, maybe Emma, is why don't we run through again? I'm going to do the answer to the picture now. So you've not done them, go and do it now. Click on the link. I don't know if our technical wizards can maybe post the link again, just in case you don't have it. Write down your 10 answers, and we'll do that in a second. But just to give you a few minutes, just in case you weren't expecting us to be doing that at this moment in time, Emma's going to run through what's happening tomorrow.
Okay. So thank you for joining us at our online conference. I hope you enjoyed today. We're going to be back tomorrow, Sunday, with our conference. We'll be starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning. And we'll be looking first, we've got our policy sessions tomorrow. So a chance to hear from some really great speakers, but also the opportunity for people to take part in that policy debate as well. So the first policy debate we've got is about making business work for the common good. We've got the lovely Labour and Co-op MP, Jonathan Reynolds, and he'll be with Paul Monaghan, who's the Chief Exec of the Fair Tax Mark, and the Right Honourable Hazel Blears as well, who's a director of the Co-op. And they'll be all ably overseen by my colleague, Anna Burley, our policy officer. And then at 11:45, we've got a bit of a special session with Liam Byrne, who is the Labour and Cooperative candidate for the West Midlands Metro Mayor. He'll be launching the report of his West Midlands Cooperative Task Force. So that will be launching at 11:45 tomorrow morning, the first chance people will get to see to find out about that task force and their recommendations, some exciting recommendations for the future of the West Midlands as well. And then after that, at 12 o'clock, we go on to our second policy session, connecting communities from buses to broadband. And we've got Steve Reid, MP, another great Labour and Co-op MP, and Shadow Secretary of State for Communities and Local Government. We've got Monica Lee, who's Director of Broadband for the Rural North, and Councillor Laura Price as well, who is a trustee of the West Oxfordshire Community Transport. And if you don't know Laura, she set up a bus company in West Oxfordshire, and it's an amazing story, and really pleased she'll be able to tell everybody about that. Then we've got a bit of break. People can have a bit of lunch, get a cup of tea, and we'll be back at 3 o'clock, and we've got a series of sessions to find out about our latest campaigns. So you can hear from our General Secretary again, Joe Fortune. He'll be talking about our campaigning on retail crime. I think we heard a lot today already, a really important issue about some of the violence at work that shop workers have been experiencing. So you'll be able to find out a bit more about what the Co-op Party has been doing with regards to that, and some of the work in particular of our parliamentarians and also our police and crime commissioners as well. Then unfortunately you get to listen to me again. I'm on at 3:30 tomorrow. I'll be talking about our food justice campaign. It's been a massive issue during the COVID pandemic. We've heard some amazing examples, both in the rally this morning, but also during the awards as well, about people getting involved in their community, through local food banks, through supporting people. So we're going to talk a little bit about our food justice campaign and how you can take that forward in your local area as well, particularly working with your local council. And we heard a great example from Jack in the awards. He managed to get his Tory-led council to commit to an action plan to tackle child food poverty, which is really good news, and will start to bring about real changes locally. And then we've got our campaigns officer, who is James Butler, and he'll be talking about our Love It, List It campaign. If you're not familiar with that, it's regarding sort of assets of community value, places that we value, and how the community can act using the current legislation to protect them as well. And that will sort of bring you through to about 4:30 tomorrow. So a really packed day tomorrow, yeah, really looking forward to it.
Emma, thank you very much indeed. What a great day today. It sounds like a fantastic day tomorrow as well. So thank you very much for running that through. I hope that gave people a little bit of information about what's happening online in the virtual Co-op Party Conference 2020 tomorrow, but also gave you a little bit of time to complete your picture round. So if you clicked on the picture round and you've written down your answers to the sweets, I'm going to pass back to Emma to give you the answers, because there's some in here that I think are hugely controversial and could create a bit of trouble. However, just before we do that, Vince Barry, who's playing in Newcastle, Stephen Stanner's partner, has said that does he get a prize for having the cutest team member at the Co-op quiz, and it's his little dog. Vince, tell us what the dog's called, will you? I mean, I don't know if I can use the technical wizardry to even just show you the dog. Let me just hit that and hit that, and let's have a look. Oh no, we don't want to be doing that. Let's see. Can we do this? Oh, look at that. So there you go. It certainly is the cutest member of the team. Let us know the name of the dog, Vince. You can do it through Twitter, which is what you're contacting me on at the moment. So Emma, the picture round, the hugely controversial picture round, 10 old-fashioned sweets. What are they?
So yeah, because I thought 1 and 2 looked very, very similar, to be honest. I wasn't quite sure about what the difference was, but number 1 is Dolly Mixtures, and number 2 is Licorice All Sorts. Number 3, a Bonfire Night Special, Cinder Toffee. And number 4, from your part of the world, Ian, is Edinburgh Rock. Number 5 is, hang on, I've lost the thing, Midget Gems. Number 6 are jelly beans. Number 7 are mint humbugs. Number 8, I remember these ones. I really like these ones. Flying saucers. Number 9 are pear drops. And number 10 is Everton mints.
So a point for each of those, Emma. Thank you very much for doing that. Now let me tell you the story about the controversy. We did use this in a previous quiz a long time ago. And number 9, the pear drops, which are actually in the shape of pears. And actually, if you type in pear drops to a search engine and go to images, you'll get those. Huge controversy about people claiming they were rhubarb and custards. So, Emma, are they rhubarb and custards? Have you ever had rhubarb and custards, or are they pear drops?
They're pear drops. I don't like pear drops, but I do like a good rhubarb and custard. But they're square ones, aren't they?
Emma, talking my language, you're absolutely correct. They are definitely square. Those are pear-shaped. Everything's going pear-shaped. So that is the answers to all of those. I hope you got all of those. A point for each, so you can have a maximum of 10 points in that round. Now, what you're going to have to do now, I've just got myself a couple of tie-break questions, but I think this might be quite close.
Ooh.
So go into that little sheet and put your email address in, put your team name, and we're going to give a prize to the best team name, don't forget. I think we've got the water bottle for the team name. Then hit next, and then put your scores in for each of the rounds. Round 1, 2, 3, 4 and picture. And don't worry about the other rounds. You can either leave them blank or you can put 0 in, because I think there's up to 6 rounds in there. And then what to do is hit submit. And then when you hit submit, it's going to send it through to this machine here. And we're going to get some answers. So that's all you have to do now. Tally up, you don't even have to tally them up, it does it for you. Put your email address, your team name, your score for 1, your score for round 2, your score for round 3, your score for round 4, and you can put a 0, leave them blank, and your picture round score. We've already had 1 response in, whoever did that. Oh, it's Robin, the long-suffering tech team, they're called.
They're only on day 1. I'm a bit worried they're long-suffering already.
Exactly. Maybe the team name for Robin should have been the short-suffering tech team, because they've not quite made it yet. Now, I hope you've done the whole co-op party quiz in traditional style. I hope you've been eating a curly egg sandwich. I hope you've stuck some white wine in the oven and created a nice warm, cheap white wine to wash down the sandwiches with. That's what we're doing at Labour Party Virtual Conference, because that's all you seem to do back there as well. We're getting loads of teams through now.
You've also got lots of points of order coming through as well, Ian, I'm afraid.
Okay, let's have some of those.
So, are midget gems the same as floral gums?
No.
Oh, the
No.
Quizmaster has ruled. Sorry, Janet.
The only reason I said no so quickly, Emma, is I'm just looking at Izzy, and Izzy has screwed her face up there, I think. So I got a direction from the other screen there, but definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay. Everton mints are rectangle. Those are bullseyes, apparently, in your picture.
Okay, right. Well, there's only one way to settle this. I'm going to Google Everton mints. Okay, and I'm going to go into images. And the first thing that comes up is Maynard Bassett's Everton mints, which are circular. Oh, they're also rectangular. Oh. The Harvey Nichols ones are rectangular, for the posh people out there who've been telling us. Well, they could be rectangular or round, actually, according to this. So, well, look, I'll tell you what we'll do. Here we go. This will sort this, Emma. We will give you a point for Everton mints if they're round, and we'll give you a point for Everton mints if they're rectangular.
That sounds very fair. And we've got a question, what's a Murray mint?
A Murray mint is something completely different, because they are minty toffees that are round. That's really good. Right, let's have a look at some of these team names. We've got the long-suffering tech team on day 1. We've got ABC's Anne's Barnett Co-operators. That might be Anne Clark, I think, who's one of our candidates for the London Mayor elections down there in Barnet. The Just Us League, AB Soul Player. I don't know if that's your team name or you're just telling us. Snoozy Oozy, Team Bulger, who we've heard of already. The Pioneers. I think this surely must be the best team name. Peter Smith.
original.
The Society of Equitable Quizzers is another one coming through. Oh, and I've got some great scores coming through as well. So keep them coming in. We're going to cut this off shortly because we're going to have to try and get to the winners at some point. So click on the link, stick your stuff in. They're still coming in, so we want to try and get them all as quickly as possible. Who's the next one? We've just had. Oh gosh, we've got loads through now. We've got Team Barry Stanners featuring Kaz the dog. The dog's called Kaz.
She's very cute.
Very cute. Wimbury Michaels, Team T, Team Herbert, the Chutter Ends, which is from the Sutton and Cheam, the Wee Bletherettes, and this must be Richard McCready. Get your bog roll at Scotmid.
Absolutely. Kindly donated by Scotmid, the toilet roll.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I can see Richard McCready slinking past Sainsbury cross-legged, unable to go in and buy his toilet roll because he can only get it at Scotmid. Never mind. Let's see what's going on in the chat.
We've got a message from Dawn. She's after a recap of some of the answers as her tablet shut down. If you could let us know which ones you need. We can't go through everything all over again, but if you could let us know which questions you need an answer to, we'll try and recap on those. Joanna is asking, can she resubmit her answers?
Yes, please. Yes, you can. Just do that. Just open it up again, and it should be another blank sheet, I think. And you can resubmit, and it'll just come up as a duplicate. That's not a problem at all. Here we go. We've got the Pioneers again as a team name that's just come through, and this is surely got to be the best team name. And what do you think of this? Stuck in self-isolation, and therefore I've got nothing better to do. That's self-evident, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, us too.
Sorry to hear that, but we've livened up your afternoon, I hope.
There we go. Let's have a look, see if anything's coming through.
Peter Smith comes back to you to say he's a team of one.
Ah, well done, Peter. Well, I don't know what your final score was yet, Peter, but we'll find that eventually when I just hit download. But we're waiting on some people getting some of their answers in, I think.
Yeah. Karen asks, how many rounds did we do?
Oh, goodness. We had 4 rounds plus a picture round. So if there is, I know there's 6 potential places to put your scores on the sheet, but just put a 0 in or just leave it blank. We've got some great scores, and I'm sure so far.
Do you think they've been cheating?
I think they might have been cheating a little bit. We have, let me give you some of these scores. We have one team in round number 1 got 12. Don't know what team that was yet. No, in fact, 4 teams got 12 top answers. 1 team got 22 in the first round, which really can't be right.
That's not possible.
Lizzie's made a mess of that. That's obviously cheating in the first round. Lots of teams got full marks in some of those rounds. Right, okay.
Oh, so Dawn would like the sweets round again, please. So if I do a quick run through the sweets and cause you more sort of fury in the messages. They're still arguing about bullseyes. So number 1 was Dolly Mixtures. Number 2 was Licorice All Sorts. Number 3 was Cinder Toffee. Number 4 was Edinburgh Rock. Number 5 was Midget Gems. Number 6 was Jelly Beans. Number 7 was Mint Humbugs. Number 8 was Flying Saucers. Number 9 were Pear Drops. And number 10 were Everton Mints, either the round kind or the rectangle ones.
Excellent. So we just need you to put your answers in now. I'm just going to read up some more teams. The Croydonians down there in London. Lancashire Lass, must be playing on your own, Lancashire Lass. Well done for playing on your own. So I'm going to hit the button fairly shortly. How long will we give them, Emma?
Oh, we can give them another minute or 2. Just on the messages, Mary, she's telling us about some of the issues that this has caused. Their best round was the Capitals. They got 9 out of 10, but they missed out on the last one as she let the husband overrule the son. Mind you, the son overruling the husband got them 2 others. So bit of conflict there.
The swings and roundabouts of quizzing. I hope they don't win, because they're going to have to split up that goodie bag between them. And that could cause even more family conflict, but never mind. Right, let's see how we're getting on. How long's the conference on for, Emma?
So the main part of the conference is this weekend, but we run all the way through the week. We've got sessions Monday lunchtime, Monday evening, Tuesday lunchtime and evening, Wednesday lunchtime and evening, Thursday, Friday, and then we finish with our AGM on the Saturday, which is for our members. So if you want to find out what's going on across the week, you can go to our conference website, party.coop/conference20. It gives you the whole program there, and we've got really great speakers all the way through the week.
Brilliant. What I'm going to do now, I think Emma, we've given them enough time. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've been generous.
We've been very generous. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit this button. Once I've hit this button, that's it gone, I'm afraid. So let's find out who's won the quiz. That goes down there. This now tallies up all the scores and should give us a result. So you're playing for the £40.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good, because somebody's put the date in. Never mind. Let's give you 8 points there. Let's see if that works. You're paying for the £40 for the first prize. We've got a couple of goodie bags for second and third. We've got toilet rolls for last. And we're going to give you the team name, the best team name as well. So let me just tally all this up. In the meantime, Emma, what do you think for the best team name?
Peter Smith was tempting, but was it Lancashire Lass? Sounded quite nice, I have to say. Was there any others that stood out? Pioneers was good, but a bit obvious, I think.
A bit obvious. What about Get Your Bog Roll at Scotland? That just seemed a bit of an advert.
That's a good one. I thought that was just a direction, but if it's a team name.
I'll tell you what we'll do, Emma. Let's change this around a little bit. Let's send for the best team name, Get Your Bog Roll at Scotland, the Bog Roll.
Yes. And then...
That seems more than appropriate. So well done to Richard McCready. There's Sainsbury's Bog Roll winging its way as we speak. You may use it for any issue you wish to use it for. And so we're sending the bog roll to you, and you thought the best team name was Lancashire Lass, so I don't know, the water bottle to Lancashire Lass, is it?
Yes, I think so. That would be good. Thanks for taking part.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking part. Right, okay, let's do this in should we give you the top three, or we'll give you last first? Let's give you last first. So last, with a total of 14 points.
Out of how many?
Out of, oh my goodness, what was it out of? I've no idea.
Oh, a lot more than 14.
A lot more than 14. I was hoping the tech guys might have done that. I can't believe the long-suffering tech guys are moaning already. It's only day one. The Team T, thanks very much for playing. 14 points. Whatever was the prize for last place, you made it. We're going to send you whatever that was. I can't quite remember. But right, let's do the top three, shall we? So in third place, who will be getting a goodie bag? Don't tell me they've tied. Don't tell me they've tied.
Oh no.
Oh, this could be a disaster. Let me just sort this properly now. I thought I could do this cheating, but now I can't, because somebody may have got the top prize, the same prize. So let's do this sort by L. Right. Okay. We have a tie.
Oh no, what do we do if there's a tie?
We'll deal with the tie. Let's give you the second and the first prizes first. Okay, the goodie bag goes to the Pioneers. They got 46 points. Well done to them. Really good.
Impressive.
But the winners of the 2020 Co-op Party virtual quiz with 47 points is the Pioneers again.
Woo!
I don't know what that means.
Is it the same email address, or are there two people called the Pioneers? Because I know it's not a very original.
You've submitted twice.
Oh no.
Oh well, they've won. Let's send them the
They've
40.
definitely won.
That sorts it. Okay, so we've done that. So the Pioneers get the £40 voucher because they won anyway. They got 46 or 47, which means we've got a real problem, because we've then got 4 teams looking for second place. So let's try and see if we can do it. I don't know how technically we're going to do this, but let's try something. Izzy's staring at the screen thinking, what on earth are we going to do here?
So if they are on the Q&A, we could try this. They can submit their answers and we won't publish them. Does that sound like a plan? So get yourself onto that Q&A box now, those 4 teams, and they can submit an answer.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what we'll do. I've got a tie-break question here. So the 2 teams that get closest to it end up with the goodie bags. So here's the 2 teams. Here's the 4 teams, okay? If you are the long-suffering tech team, Robin, or you are Anne's Barnett Co-operators, or you are AB Soul Player, or you are Get Your Bog Roll at Scotland, which is Richard McCready, we know that. Any of those 4 teams, you're in this. You're in it to win it. So what you need to do is type your team name. That slows you down a bit. That'll teach you to call your name Get Your Bog Roll at Scotland. Type your team name and the numerical answer to this question. And the top 2 answers get the goodie bags. Right, here's the question. Keir Starmer, who you heard at the Co-op Party virtual conference earlier, won the leadership election on the 4th of April 2020. How many votes in total did Keir Starmer receive? Go. Are they coming through?
Yeah, so just on the chat, I can tell you the Pioneers is Joanna West in Derbyshire. She says she can either be good at quizzes or good at team names. So she went for the quiz, obviously, rather than the team name. But she's very happy.
You did fantastically well. And of course, you got your special recognition award earlier as well. What a Saturday for you. If only the pubs were open, you could go out and celebrate.
They are down here.
Oh, they are? Well, there you go.
She's got till 10 o'clock today.
Any answers coming through?
It's going to take a minute or 2. They're asking for a bit more time. So we've got to give them a little bit longer. So Peter Smith said it was out of 50. So if did they get 46 out of 50, the Pioneers? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 47 out of 50, the Pioneers. So well done to them. We'll never know if they cheated, but you know.
I would hope not. I would hope Joanna wouldn't cheat. I
would have thought not. And the £40 voucher is great recognition for a recognition award earlier anyway. So couldn't go to a better winner. The 4 teams though, Get Your Bog Roll at Scotland, AB Soul Player, Anne's Barnett Co-operators, the long-suffering tech team. The question was this: how many votes in total did Keir Starmer get? Type your team name in and the answer. The top 2 teams that get the closest. Emma will have her calculator out trying to determine who's the closest.
I know, this is the difficult bit.
Has anybody come back yet, Emma?
We've got 1 answer. So who are the 4 teams? We've got the long-suffering tech team.
We've got the long-suffering tech team, Anne's Barnett Co-operators, AB Soul Player, Get Your Bog Roll at Scotland.
So AB Soul Player has withdrawn.
Oh,
she says I'm out.
Oh, that's a shame.
We'll send you a mug or something.
Yeah, we'll send you a mug. But well done for playing. You got 42 points, so you finished joint second. If you're playing on your own, that's a pretty impressive score.
Absolutely. So I've got one in from the long-suffering tech team, and Get Your Bog Roll at Scott Mid have submitted. So we're just waiting for the last one. Team
ABC, Anne's Barnett Co-operators.
Oh. So Anne. No, Anne's not put in yet. Maybe she's gone to make a cup of tea.
Maybe she's decided not to enter. I'll tell you what we'll do. We've got 3 teams then. Give us the Anne.
She's done it. Anne's just got it in at the Anne's Barnett Co-operators.
Okay, so the tie-break question was this. We're playing for 2 co-op bags, fun bags, whatever you call them. How many votes in total did Keir Starmer receive in the 2020 leadership election? Was 275,780. Wow. Emma's scribbling as we speak, trying to find out the top 2 teams that get the goodie bags, and they are.
Well, I'm going to give you the answers and because maths wasn't my strong point.
Yeah, go for it. Well, give me them in order, and I'll type them in.
So we have got Anne's Barnett Co-operators.
Yes.
64%, or 35,000.
Okay, right.
I'm not sure that's near 275.
35,000. No. Okay, get your boggle at Scotland.
Oh, this is close. 300,000.
Excellent. And the long-suffering tech team.
I think this is the closest. It's 258,000 that they went for.
They did. Okay, brilliant. So the winner of the 2020 Co-op Party Virtual Quiz was the Pioneers, and the Pioneers again on 47 points. Finishing second and getting one of those goodie bags is the long-suffering tech team. Maybe it'll cheer them up a little bit. Finishing third is Get Your Boggle at Scotland, but Richard gets the boggle nonetheless. And Anne Barnett's Co-operators, 35,000. You finished fourth. And AB Soul Player finished fifth, although they didn't actually have the second highest, the joint second highest score. So thank you very much to them, and thank you very much to everyone for playing. Robin and the long-suffering tech team for putting all this together. Izzy's battering away on her computer all the way through this. Thank you very much, Izzy, for doing that as well. And Georgia's on there just as a little cooperative B. We haven't seen Georgia yet on the team. And Emma, what a wonderful host, Emma. Thank you very much indeed there in Rotherham. Thank you very much for doing that. And enjoy the rest of conference. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. It's Georgia's got a beer.
Oh, she's that suffering. The suffering tech team are already on the beers.
The long-suffering tech team are now the long-drunk tech team by the looks of it. They're on it already. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was worthwhile. Well done to everyone who got their special recognition awards as well. And good luck for the rest of the programme.
Absolutely. See everybody at 10:30 tomorrow morning. And thank you so much, Ian. A big thanks from all of the team at the Co-op Party. We've had a lovely afternoon and a great quiz. So a massive thank you to you.
And for thank you very much indeed. And for the team that finished last and tried to get 0 points, we'll play you out with a wee bit of blankety blank.